Hello crafty friends and welcome to day 8 of Die Cut December 2025. So shall we see what the random number generator is going to generate today? 65 rectangles. Right, so I need to get my rectangle dies out. So here are my rectangle dies. Now there are others that are mixed in with other die sets, but we'll just stick with these for now. We don't need a gajillion of them, even though I have a gajillion here. I've got this set of torn edged rectangles. It says Surprise Creation. That might be the brand, but these I picked up at the Crafty Charity Shop, I think. I've got some plain rectangle dies here. Some double stitched rectangle dies, so you get the stitch line on the outside as well as on the inside. These are rectangle frames with stitching on, and then I've got a little assortment of other rectangles basically. And this is a cover plate die that came with I think it was Hero Art's stamp set. I never really got on with using it with the stamp set. I can never get it lined up properly, but it does cut out lots of thin rectangles. So I'm going to take a moment to have a think and then see what I can come up with. So I've chosen the stitched rectangle frames because they grabbed me more than any of the others today. And I've got 5 sizes and I'm going to cut them from some cardstock. And the easiest way to do that is just to put them inside each other on a bit of masking tape. And then run that through my die cutting machine with some card. So I've had a flick through my box of backgrounds and bits, and I'm thinking they're variegated blues and greens, but they're fairly solid, so I think the frames will read quite well. When cutting shapes with long straight edges like rectangles or squares, it's a good idea to place them not straight on like that, but put them at a bit of an angle. And then the die cutting machine will roll over them more easily, reducing the wear and tear on the machine and on your wrist. With frame dies like this, what you'll find is you also get the frame between the dies. That will be cut out as well. So that's worth thinking about. If you line up your dies carefully, you could get some nice frames without the stitching on. So these look rather nice. I'm going to arrange them straight on a card blank, overlapping them. To glue these down, I'm going to use matte gel medium, and this glue dries matte rather than glossy. So if it seeps out from underneath, it's not going to show up. If you're clever, you could have put double-sided adhesive on the back of these before you die cut them out. So this large one I'm going to place in the middle, I think. Try and get it straight. The trouble with matte gel medium is it's not very tacky, so it doesn't stick things down until it's dried. That's a good thing sometimes because it means you can wiggle things around a bit, but sometimes you want things to stay where you put them. So this one I'm going to put over here a bit, overlapping this frame, and I'm going to wiggle it so it's nice and straight. It's just started raining on my conservatory roof, so I hope that's not too annoying for you. So this one I'm going to put down here. I do have a video in which I make these papers, so I'll leave a link to that below in case you want to see how I made them. So I think this one can go about here. I'm just lining them up in a way that I feel looks good, looks balanced. I'm kind of creating a diagonal design, I think. So it's starting to feel as if this is a focal point, a focal area, because there's more going on up here. So I'm going to pick some kind of die cut to pop there as my focal image. And I'm wondering about a combination of this foliage and this flower. 2 different die sets. I'm going to do the flower from gold, I think. I've also cut the smaller one from vellum, which I think I'll put on first here. And I'm using high-tack white glue for this so it stays stuck together while it dries, because these foil cardstocks are not very absorbent. So that's that. So I'm wondering about doing the foliage in white. We'll see what that looks like. I think that looks fine on there. How does it look on here? I think it might be a bit lost. So we could have a white one, but then maybe try a darker green one. Let's take a bit from there. Yeah, I think that works. I might get a finger dauber and just go around the outside of that a little bit. So I think a little bit of Lucky Clover. Darken it up a little bit. So I've got a bit of foam here, some craft foam and my embossing tool. And I'll just put a little bit of pressure down the middle of the leaves so they curl a bit and don't look quite so flat. I won't do that with the white one. Actually, let's have a look and see what it looks like without the white one. I think that might be better. Yeah. Is it? Let's have a look. Ooh, come back. Oh, I like it with the white one. So we'll pop some glue on the back of the green one. Just a few dots here and there. And then we'll place it on top of the white one, offsetting it so that those white leaves peek out from behind. And now some glue on the back of the white one. I'll just use my rule of thirds acetate grid to place it so it sits nicely on that intersection here. Pop a little bit of glue on the back of my flower. Actually, let me shape this before I do that. So I'll press down on my flower so it curves a bit. If this goes in an envelope, it might get a little bit flattened, but so be it. And that can go there. Now we need a flower centre. So I've got this little flower centre here. I'm not sure if it's going to be too big, but we'll give it a whirl. Yeah, I think that's all right. A little bit of glue, far too much glue. And pop that on there like that. For my sentiment, I'm going to use this Hello You, which I printed on some card. And I've got a stitched rectangle die here, which I'll put on there with a bit of washi. So that's obviously far too long, so we're going to have to cut it down. I'm going to put my die back over the die cut, locking the teeth into the holes on the card. And then I'm going to hold that in place with a bit of washi, make sure it's all lined up. And then I'm going to put that in my folder, but I'm only going to trap the end so that it just cuts the end there. And there we have, hopefully, a perfectly sized sentiment made with a rectangle die. And that could snuggle in there like that. Or it could go over here on that other intersection of the third grid lines. I think I might snuggle it. And I've put glue on the back, so I'll just make sure that's in contact with the frames. I want to push that in a bit so that it doesn't, the edge of this bit doesn't line up with the edge of the frame. There we go. Hello You. I want my flower centre to be a little bit glossy, so I'm going to add some Nouveau Crystal Glaze, which is very similar to Glossy Accents. So that will dry clear and give it a glossy dome. And could add a few little gold circles here and there, but I don't think I'm going to today. I'm going to leave it like that. So there you go. That's one card made with some rectangular frame dies. If you haven't got rectangular frame dies, just use rectangle dies to create your own frames. So these are the double stitched rectangle dies, and you can put them on a bit of masking, but when you do, just be mindful of the gap between each die. If you make it equal on all four sides, you can create some stitched frames. So I'll just do that quickly. And if you don't want stitched frames, you can just use plain rectangles to do it. So there we go, we've now got some stitched frames. These are double stitched because of the double stitching on the rectangles. Right, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and today's card. If you have, please do leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe and ring the notification bell. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for another Die Cut December 2025 video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.